You know, the bad thing is...
Can you ever separate the person from the art?
Can you separate the person?
Have you seen The Surviving R. Kelly?
Yeah. No.
Have you seen all 6 parts?
I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah.
Just not because I don't want to watch it, it's just because I just haven't had the time. But obviously I know all about it, what's been going on. Everyone's been messaging me about it, like, you need to watch it, but I just need to take the time. I need a day.
I was the same. I haven't watched until yesterday. I watched 2 episodes because there's 6 parts.
Okay.
I only thought there was like 1 or 2. When I found out there was 6 and they're an hour each, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't even watch it in one sitting because that's 6 hours of pervert.
I would do that, to be fair. This is the thing.
I can only do that if you're doing a day.
This is me. Like, I would do like 6 back to back. That's the thing. That's what I'm like,
It's interesting though. It makes you watch it, but at the same time, like everyone keeps saying like R. Kelly's always in a pervert. Why is it so big now? I can honestly say I never knew to the degree.
Yeah.
Like, I heard about the peeing thing. I knew that was true. I didn't know he raped Aaliyah.
No.
That's the next one I did not know.
See, I always thought the Aaliyah thing was really weird, because she was so young.
But did you just think that back then? Because I never.
I thought this from before.
When I was listening to the song, me and my
brother have had this conversation before, because I've always thought R. Kelly's a bit weird, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, on the weird side. And then my brother was saying to me in one of the songs, he was like, I swear she was like young in the song, like I swear she's like 15.
Yeah, she started around 14.
Like, so in the song, she's like 15 in the song, and he was like a lot older, 20 something, and they were clearly like chemistry, if that makes sense. Now you think to yourself, like, if that was today, it would be weird. Like, what's this 27-year-old? Imagine you just in this 15-year-old girl's thing, and then you're just there, like, you know what I mean? Like, on a chemistry.
I feel funny when like 19-year-olds come around me too free.
Yeah.
Let alone the 15-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. So one time we was watching it, right, and we was just like, hold on, this is a bit weird. Like, when you think about it. But I've never been thinking, I never thought, okay, maybe he raped her. I just thought the whole concept was weird.
Definitely, obviously, when I was younger, that's one thing to perspective. I was definitely a kid. I didn't think too much into it when I was younger.
Yeah.
As an adult, you can look back and it's hindsight. But like back then, I was like, okay, first off, let me just state, I Believe I Can Fly was my favourite song as a kid. Space Jam got you addicted.
It's like one of the first songs.
But then you listen to why he made those songs, because amidst of the allegations, he needed like a gospel kind of feel to redeem himself, and it's like, wow, the strategy behind this pervert is insane. Yeah. But just bring it back.
Yeah.
So initially, my initial thoughts up until basically before yesterday and the recent like Instagram outing him a bit more, I knew about the kind of peeing thing, which I thought was kind of weird. But I was like, whoa.
I thought that was very...
But at the same time, I always thought, what 15-year-old's going to stand there and get peed on? But because it's like, I was thinking like 15, you must have willpower. Like, peeing on is mad. And so I was like, okay, peed on someone, that's not normal. But he didn't have sex with us, so I didn't know that bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know how many young girls he messed with. I thought it was just her, Aaliyah, and then his ex-wife. And then I've heard about, like, in between, he's had like fetishes of liking girls, like he's kidnapped girls and all that. But I thought even that, I was like, apparently they're like 18-ish, and they technically chose to stay, whether he's done something mentally to like make them want to stay, but they were free will, they stayed, you know what I mean? So I always thought like nothing was like 100% like throw him away type. I just felt like he's weird, but like these people are choosing to stay. But it's the parents that want him to leave.
The thing is, this is exactly what, when you groom a person.
Yeah, I didn't factor that bit in.
This is what happens.
So many of them.
So they stay because, you know, they're being taught to think that that's normal behavior. So they don't see. That's why you have these kind of laws, and you talk about whether someone's got capacity or whether they don't, because somebody that's 14 years old, they could be in a relationship with somebody that's 22, and they might be like, yeah, this is the person I love, but that's because they're being groomed to think that way, if that makes sense. So as much as it's like, okay, they chose free will, whatever that means, to stay, it's not necessarily mean that it's a good thing.
All I can say is I'm only 2 episodes in, and the nasty level of R. Kelly is increased.
Like, I'm just like, wow. Like, all I heard was like a friend of his, well, I don't know how much of a friend he is, but he was like, you know, we'd be in a room, and I think it was a guy, I can't remember.
I think that's his manager you're talking about.
And he's like, we're in a room, and then he would see someone walk past with a big bottom, is this what he told? And he's like, but it doesn't matter what age, if it doesn't matter the age of the girl. He was like, listen, if you've got a big bottom, they've got a big bottom. Like,
no, it's worse than that.
That was it.
That would be, he basically was hanging outside high schools, picking up girls outside high schools, and like he'd have like a bodyguard. Like, the one thing to definitely note is that people that are in the documentary are also disgusting. They're gonna try and put it all on R. Kelly, but his manager, his assistant, they used to basically be like, Mr. Kelly would like to speak to you. Them type.
They were like the
ring. You're like a pervert, always on a ring. Usually it's other perverts, but he had so many people around him because he was so rich and powerful.
Sure.
That they would like support his habit and his devices because it was the most money they're probably ever gonna make.
Yeah.
You're forgetting that R. Kelly was super Drake of that generation.
Right, he was when you think about he was like the top guy. You know,
20 years. It's only this decade where it's been a bit more the social media era. Before then, he was way bigger than Drake. Do you think of every single hit R. Kelly has?
Like,
from gospel to sexual tunes, it was mad.
Literally, it would just go like that. You'd be there singing your gospel tunes. Next thing you know.
But to be fair, it was sexual. Then allegations came like, oh, need to get a little bit. Then he went back to sexual.
Then he went back to being sexual. Like, you just be like, oh, okay, R. Kelly's gone back to being like,
It's just
R. Kelly. He'd be there chatting about God, and then next thing you know, he's there with his cigar. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's mad though. They'd literally say like they go to the studio and they have like naked girls in each room. Like he had like literally a studio, multiple rooms, and one of them actually had a bed right in the studio. And each room would have like a young girl in it, just waiting for him to have sex with them after. He used to go on tour and literally hop in between shoots and video shoots, go inside, fuck one of the 15-year-olds, come back out and carry on doing the show, and come back and go with a different one. Let's just say, like, I can't believe this is the degree.
How, like, did he get away with it for so long?
Well, they were saying, they're trying to put the narrative that it was because it was black girls, nobody cared. I don't know. I feel like there's a big onus on the parents here, in my opinion. Like, I'm not saying it's their fault, but, like, some of them got approval to go on tour with him. Like, he would, like, find young girls. Like, originally, the stock starts off with, he's mainly only talking 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds.
Okay.
Some of them even 13.
Oh my god.
And then at one point, he gets to a level where he's about 33, where he's almost always 16 and 17. Like, not that he went older, but even a slight bit older. Maybe because it was so hard to access the very young.
Oh, no.
And it's just, literally, it's baffling. Like, I don't want to speak on R. Kelly too long, because the audience is watching, it's used to bants, but let's just say it's just
insane.
You have to watch it. I'm only 2 episodes in as well, and I'm already thinking, wow, I did not know this. So when people keep saying like, why are people only caring now? I can say a lot of people, maybe like me, and just didn't know it was this degree. Especially in the UK, we didn't. Like, we knew he was odd.
I feel like everyone knew he was odd. Like, ever since that peeing video, right? Yeah. I was always like...
See, that's odd. That I always used to be like, whoa.
No, but because it wasn't just odd because he peed on a girl. Like, let's just be honest here.
It was odd for that, though.
Hey, but listen.
I wouldn't pee on a girl now. If a girl asked me to pee on, I'd be like...
Some people
I don't know if I can do it. Performance issues. How am I going to pee on you?
I know, but some people, like, okay, like, we're grown in it. We're grown adults. Some people have fetishes. Some people have fetishes, right? And each to their own, you know.
Still odd, though. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's different.
I'm just, everyone has whatever they want to do, you know what I mean? You do whatever you want to do.
I put it in the same realm as eating ass cheeks. No joke, mate. Carry on.
Okay, well, okay. I don't really have, like, things like that. I don't have whatever. I'm just thinking, fine, like, if somebody was like, listen, I like to get peed on, I'd just be like...
Would you pee on them?
Huh?
Would you pee on them?
No, if a guy asked me, I'm talking about if a friend said...
Well, I guess it goes both ways.
If a guy said to me to pee on him, I don't think I would want it. I don't think I would want to pee on him. Like, I feel like it would be disrespectful and like...
If he's asking for it, he wouldn't be, would he? Well, that's the whole point. He wants to be dumb and disrespect. Let's go back to R. Kelly. We ain't got to talk about you peeing on people. Like, your future baker be watching here. Like, damn it, I almost had it.
Like, that's a make or break. Like,
yeah,
she ain't ready for this.
She was almost gonna be wifey then, but she said she can't pee on me.
No, but I'm just saying, like, so that was, for me, it's like, okay, you've got your fetish, fine, whatever, like, that's what you like doing. But because, wasn't she like 15? The girl was 15, right?
15 or 14, yeah.
So she was young, so that was when I thought, okay, this guy is weird, because I just always find it weird when somebody does something with somebody so young, knowing that they're young. Like, I just think it's in your nature to kind of go after somebody at that age. So I've always thought he was weird. I just didn't, like you said...
Did you know he got molested as a child?
He did.
Yeah. See, these are different things that you just didn't know. Like, he got molested by his older sister and one other family member, but they don't confirm who it is. But like his little brother also... I didn't know he had family members. But his little brother also got molested by the older sister as well. And after years of being molested, he finally goes to R. Kelly as a kid and goes, I'm being molested. And R. Kelly more or less brushed it away and goes, no, you're not. Because he was also getting molested. weird mentality. It's kind of, you know what I mean? And the little brother said when his brothers were the test, he said before he could take it to his parents, he wanted to see if his brothers would believe him. When they never, he was like, well, I can't tell my parents. So he just kept it in.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is factors that may have made him weird. He's also potentially got molested by an older male figure as well. Because apparently, did you know he fucks little boys as well?
No, but somebody had told me this like before this, but somebody had said that
I haven't seen that bit in the doc yet, but I've seen basically reviews of the doc so far, and people have obviously told me information later.
It's that thing though. It's that classic thing that they say, like the abused become the abuser. Do you know what I mean? When you don't know what. When you go back to love, but when somebody doesn't love you appropriately or properly as a young child or whatever it is, and I'm not making any excuses for the guy, like it's not like that. I'm just saying that it just happens where people become the same thing that they were, you know what I mean, that they hated when they were younger. It's the same way that people watch, you know, like Chris Brown, he watched his mom getting beaten up or whatever, and he was all, you know, when he listened to his music before all that Rihanna situation happened, he was always talking about his mom or interviews and my mom got beaten up, and then he became that person, like, you know what I mean? He's there beating up a woman, and that's exactly what happened to his mom. That is
true, but at the same time, there's many people that have been like abused and stuff. I'm not saying,
of course, like I'm not saying there's no excuses for that. I'm just saying that it happens. You know, when you look back at people's if you go to prison and you look back at track records, you know, or you was to look at somebody that has done something crazy and you look at their story, they've always got a story in it. There's always a reason why they've kind of, I don't know, got themselves into a particular situation. So it is mental. I mean, I just think the R. Kelly thing though, it just sounds like it's a mixture of probably that and the fact that he had power, so he then used that power in the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Like if you watch it, I feel like we have to probably talk about another one, but like after you've seen it, we're both, because I haven't completely seen it either. Yeah. But you see the degree, like I think they used to beat women too sometimes because he was really controlling. They could all of his little sex slaves couldn't talk or look at anybody, couldn't talk to each other. He used to do threesomes with them, like the 17-year-old, and the 17-year-old found out, like, virtually after like having threesomes with his other teenish girl for ages, found out the girl was 14, because she thought she was 16, but she's still bad. But they're both kids at this age. She's thinking, she's only a year younger than me. She finds out the girl's 14, and she's there watching R. Kelly talk to that 14-year-old's parents, like, I'm making their music, and she goes, I'm watching this band lie to this kid's parents as he's basically having threesomes with me and her, rape. Or statutory rape.
It's rape, yeah.
And she goes that she felt like she was his like main girlfriend. To find out that no, he's actually been having sex with the 14-year-old before it's just wild. It's just like I never already when I was watching, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
That it's a power thing though. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when you're a grown man and you're going for people that are a lot younger than you, that are basically they're easy to manipulate. You know, they're probably not really emotionally mature. It's basically you see a point, you want to control that person. Otherwise, you just be with the person your age. Do you know what I mean? You just be like, okay, let me just be with a woman. It's almost like a mental deficiency
as well. People would also have sex with like Aaliyah in front of the other like girls that were in like his tour bus, because he used to have like a tour bus, super like king size bed, like a curtain, and they used to have like the other beds at the side. Yeah. And he said one time, curtain just left open. He was having sex with Aaliyah. And I was like, whoa! He wanted to be performer in all aspects.
It's just messed up. Like it really is just that.
We can come back to this year.
We have to come back to this. I haven't seen it yet, so I have to see it properly. You know, the bad thing is
can you ever separate the person from the art? That's the one I want to quickly run in.
Can you separate the person?
Because technically, this is nothing to do with his pervert side. He's definitely the king of R&B. Right. As in terms of the most records, the best songs, in terms of R&B. Yeah. Can you still support the music while disowning the guy? Like the sicko.
Well, this is the question. Right. Well, we touched on this actually in the podcast before, but about something totally different, and your reaction was totally different. So you was like, listen, I ain't even listening to Kanye West. You know what I mean? You wasn't even listening to Kanye West, and that was because you didn't support the things that he said. But that was because maybe the new music, you think, you know what, you didn't have to give it a chance because you haven't listened to it.
Yeah, I didn't.
That makes sense. So,
so I'm already invested.
So you've already invested in that. But so it's like, okay, maybe I'll listen to R. Kelly because I already know the music. But then if he was to come out with a new album, then people probably be like, you know what, forget that, I'm not going to listen to it. But at the same time, I have to say that I don't feel like I can listen to... See, when I listen to... I believe
his songs as well, don't forget, also describe what he was doing.
That's what
makes it sicky.
So when you're listening to, like, I Believe I Can Fly, like, that was a motivational song for me. But then now... you know when you think like it was because it was genuine, like you listen to it and you can like feel, but now it's like, how can I listen to it?
When he made Aaliyah's album Asia Number Number, he's basically talking about Aaliyah trying to convince an older guy to fuck her when she's young. The whole song, like, with Today We're Gonna Go All the Way, it's just, woo.
Yeah, you can't.
And then, I don't see nothing wrong. Oh, it's just, when you, like, you know the background as to what it is, can you ever enjoy the song? Like, you're
I don't think I can't listen to him, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. I've got him on my plate.
Until now, I could have passed away because I didn't know the extent.
Yeah.
I knew he peed on someone, but it's almost like a comical thing. I know it sounds bad,
but
like, because I heard about it when I was young, and Dave Chappelle made a skit about it, like, I'm gonna pee on you. It's almost like he's a weird guy. Now I know that it's like, he was a mixed predator, like a proper predator. Like, I didn't know how many, like dozens and dozens and dozens he had locked away, beat them, and now I'm like, whoa, I can't listen to the guy. Like, now I'm on the same mode. I can't separate. Like, I can acknowledge that he is definitely a genius at music, but I can't be rocking to his music.
No.
Like, as good as it is, when I heard I Believe I Can Fly in the thing, it was so hard for me not to go on YouTube and listen to the whole song, because that was my jam. That's my
jam. Like, that is my jam.
Now I get how people kept trying to defend Bill Cosby. People that grew off the Cosby Show, like, imagine if it came out that Will Smith was doing what? Could you even? You wouldn't be able to fathom it, would you? And don't think Will Smith was the other generations, like Will. You wouldn't even be able to. How. This is Big Willie.
Or Damon Wayans, you know what I mean? From Marvin Kidd, I'd be like, don't even, not with my
Exactly, so that's when, like...
To be fair, that's how I felt about, Kevin Spacey. Like, I love Kevin Spacey.